Hi, my name is Kelly Horn, and I'm going to be your instructor for the next 9 weeks in ACC 201, Accounting 201. I am looking forward to our time together, and I just wanted to go through a few things with you as we begin the course together. Wanted to tell you that my goal for you is for you to be successful in this course. I hope that you will gain a lot of knowledge that you can use in your personal life as well as your professional life. My job is to be available to you. I am available in the discussion forum as well as through email. I encourage you to participate in the discussion forums. There's a general discussion forum where if you have any issues or concerns or questions, you can post those where everyone can see them and they can see my reply. And so everyone benefits from that. I would like to say, though, that if you have something, if you're having an issue that's more of a personal nature, then by all means do email me. You know, if you don't want it to be something that everybody should know about. My job is I will check the discussion board every day. I check email every day, and usually I get back with you within a couple of hours. If not, if I don't, it's because I'm either teaching in a face-to-face class somewhere, but normally I am on email and the discussion board throughout the day. So please feel good about using that forum to contact me. Your job in this course is to give it your all. You do this by being participative in the course, by doing your engagement, participating in the weekly discussion boards that are available, by doing your homework, by practicing problems, by sharing your experiences, by making sure that you dedicate the time necessary to completing the assignments. And this is going to vary for all of you, because some of you are coming into the class with a background in accounting, and you already know the difference between a debit and a credit and what increases and decreases an account. But many of you are coming into this not having had an accounting class probably since high school, and so, you know, don't be afraid of the math. Accounting is not all about math, okay? So there's a lot more to accounting than math. So please don't be afraid of it. Just embrace it and make a commitment to get through this, okay? So I would recommend, first of all, that you locate our syllabus in Blackboard in our course information section. Just go through it, be familiar with the various assignments. There's also in Module 1, there's a course overview that kind of lets you know what assignments are due in what weeks. That's a good tool to use. Familiarize yourself with the activities and the assignments there, and the other policies. If you have any questions about any of these, let me know. If I keep looking away, it's because I've got notes written down over here, and I want to make sure that I cover everything. This course does use Pearson's My Accounting Lab for the homework. I've used several different accounting labs, Connect, Cengage, but Pearson's My Accounting Lab is by far my favorite, and you'll see me refer to it through announcements and discussions as MAL, M-A-L, which is My Accounting Lab. So that's what I'm talking about when you see the M-A-L. The grades, when you do the homework, the grades do not automatically update to Blackboard. So generally on Monday morning, because all the assignments are due on Sunday, on Monday morning I'll go through and update your grades to Blackboard. And I'll do it, you know, I'll go back to previous weeks to see if you've done any catch-up work and get those grades updated also. But I'll shoot you an email and let you know when I've updated those grades. But MAL, the My Accounting Lab does have student helps. They will help you practice a problem. They will, even the problem you're working on for homework, if you get stuck on it, it will help you through that and then give you a new problem to work on to give you your homework credit. So please, I encourage you to take advantage of those and use those. You should be able to get into the course now and introduce yourself. I enjoy getting to know you. A lot of students post pictures of their families, their kids, their pets. I like to know where you are geographically. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, and yes, this is a Georgia accent that you're listening to, but I am right now living just south of Greenville, South Carolina, and thank goodness we've got a little bit cooler weather here this week than we've been having, but I like to know where you are and places you've been. I've had somebody post a picture of them diving out of an airplane, so I've seen all kind of good fun stuff. But anyway, I do want to caution you a little bit about something. I realize this is an online environment. Chances are you're here because you're trying to shuffle your home life, your career, your children, your school, your family, parents you may be taking care of. Listen, I can relate. You know, I know the things that life can throw at you. And every degree that I've ever earned, I worked a full-time job. I actually started my college career as a newly divorced mother with a 6-month-old baby. So I know what it's like. I feel what you're going through. But every degree that I earned, I did it while working full-time. I've been in the face-to-face as well as the online student. So I've been in your position before. But what I wanted to caution you about is that this is a quantitative course. So this means if you get behind, it's going to be difficult for you to get caught up. Not impossible, but it just means you're going to have to work that much harder. The reason why is because the concepts that you learn each week build into the next week. So what you learn in week 1, you're going to use to learn the new concepts in week 2, okay? So it's really kind of difficult to move forward when you haven't learned the concepts in the previous week. So I encourage you to make sure that you devote enough time to your studies and, you know, practicing the homework problems and all so that you can become familiar with the concepts that you need to learn. If you do get behind, I am willing to work with you. I have students in my class right now. We're in week 8 and they're working on homework from week 6. So I'm working with them and we're trying to give it that last push before this term comes to an end. And that's, I'm dedicated to you, and your success is important to me. Communication is key, so I need you to let me know if you're having difficulties, okay? There are discussion forums in weeks 1, 2, 6, and 8, and I encourage you to participate in those discussion forums. Get those points. Those points add up. So take the time to be involved. You'll be amazed at what you'll learn and how much fun it is to talk to other students in your class. Your initial post is due on Thursday, and then you should engage with 2 other students by the following Sunday that ends that module week. Make sure that your responses to the other students are relevant, that they add to the conversation. Don't just say, oh, the way you put that really helped me understand this. Tell how they helped you understand it. What was it that they said that really made that light bulb come on, or how does that help you, you know, in where you might have been having issues. You'll also notice that there is not an exam in this class. I want to talk just briefly about the final project. Instead of the exam, you have a 3-part project that you're going to be working on. You will find out more about this in our Blackboard course in the course information under assignment, guidelines, and rubrics. It's broken down into 3 parts with the first part has 2 checkpoints. I'm looking at my notes because we just changed the format, so I want to make sure I give you those details correctly. The checkpoints are in weeks 3 and 4. So, but you should work on it throughout the course. This is not something you can wait on until the week that it's due to turn in. There's a lot of information that goes into this, so you need to do it along and along. So, but you will, if the project has you work through a case study of a fictitious dog treat company. It's called Peyton Approved. And the premise is that you have been making these hypoallergenic dog treats in your home for years, and now you want to go out and open up a dog treat bakery. So the case takes you from the opening of the bakery through 3 months of business transactions, and at the end of the quarter you will create your financial statements, okay? And then you will assess how well the company has done. So in the second part of the project, so the first thing you'll do is do the entries and create the financial statements. And then in the second part of the project, you will submit a Word document discussing the accounting cycle. Well, we discussed the accounting cycle in Chapter 3 of our text. So you should be able to move forward, go ahead and start that part of the project once you complete that chapter. The final part of the project, you're going to prepare a bank memo asking the bank for a loan. You're going to talk about the accounting policies that you use and changes that you could make to make the business more profitable. And but I do have templates out there for you to use to write those 2 Word document memos, so that should go pretty well for you. They're pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, the project is split into 3 parts. The first part covers the accounting entries and the statements. The second part is the Word document where you write up about the steps of the accounting cycle, its role, why it's important, what happens if a step is missed. And then the third part talks about you do the bank memo, okay? But we break that down. That first part where you're doing those accounting entries, you'll submit those at the end of week 3, I believe, okay? And you'll have the 3 months worth of entries done, and I'll give you feedback on that. And then for the next week, the second checkpoint, you'll do the adjusting trial balance, and then I'll give you feedback on that. Because there's no need in proceeding to that next section until you have the journal entries right, until you have the trial balance right. So it just saves all of us a lot of time and helps hopefully keep you from getting too confused. Okay, so I'm going to close for now. I believe this is going to be a fun 9 weeks for all of us. I want to tell you again that I'm glad you're here. And one other thing that I want to tell you is that I really admire you and respect you for what you're doing. I realize that this is difficult. Accounting is very rigorous, but you are here, and this is just one class of many that you're taking toward your fulfillment of your degree, which is going to better your life, better your, the way you feel about yourself, the way you provide for your family. And I admire you and I praise you for what you're doing. So until my next announcements, then I'll be seeing you. Thanks.